Good wishes, dear students. We have finished learning about the elements in group number 13, namely the detailed study of boron and aluminium, and its compounds of boron and aluminium also you have learnt. Now in today's class we will start with the group number 14, that the second group in the P block series. Now group number 14 is made up of 5 elements leaving apart radioactive elements, namely they are carbon, silicon, germanium, tin and lead. Out of the 5, carbon is a non-metal, silicon and germanium are metalloid, tin and lead are pure metals. Given for your syllabus, here again you will be learning about the 2 elements of group number 14 along with their compounds in detail. One is carbon, the other one is silicon. Now when we see in terms of occurrence of carbon and silicon. Now carbon is found in many sources. The main sources I have written down. One is graphite, the other one is coal, crude oil, carbonate rocks, namely calcite and magnesite, etc. Now if you look for the occurrence of silicon, silicon occurs as silica, that you have seen it in the metallurgy chapter in the form of a sand, quartz crystal, etc. Silicate minerals and clay. So these are the, in terms of occurrence of group number 14, that is carbon and silicon. Moving on to the special property of carbon. When we have seen, when we learned about the general introduction of P block elements, we have seen carbon exhibits a special property called catenation. What's the meaning of catenation? Tendency to form a chain of bonds or atoms. So, there are 4 conditions for you, but it's a very important repeated questions. Nothing difficult for you. Already you have learnt it in organic chemistry and in the introduction of P block. Once again, we are having the revision of it. Now, when you say a particular element has a catenation property, there are some conditions that should fulfill. Condition number 1, valency of the element is greater than or equal to 2. Let's talk in terms of carbon. Now, carbon atomic number is 6, 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. So, 1s2 is a completely filled, 2s2, 2p2 when you consider number of valency electron is 4. The condition here is it should be either 2 or greater than 2. So carbon has got a 4, meaning maximum number of availability to exhibit catenation property. Point number 2, element should have ability to bond with itself. If you remember organic chemistry, you will understand very well alkane when you say carbon-carbon single bond. Alkene, carbon double bond with carbon. Alkyne, carbon triple bond with a carbon. So it has an ability to bond with itself. Point number 3, self bond must be strong as the bond with the other elements. Now point number 4, kinetic inertness of catenated compound towards other molecule. Now when we say all these 4 properties are exhibited by carbon better than any other element, namely hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur and halogens. If you remember in terms of catenation property down the group number 14, carbon exhibits the greatest possibility of catenation property, then comes silicon, then germanium, but between germanium and tin there are kind of similarity, then lead exhibits the poor catenation property. Moving on to allotropes of carbon. That's the second important question in this concept here. So you have seen the traces of or occurrence of carbon along with the conditions for the catenation property. Now we are moving on to allotropes of carbon. You know by now the meaning of allotropes when we say elemental formula remains the same but a molecular structure alone differs. So carbon is found, allotropes of carbon are 5 of them: graphite, diamond, graphene, carbon nanotubes and fullerene. Let's see one by one in detail. Now all you have to remember if you want to understand well without by-hearting the allotropes of carbon, remember electronic configuration of carbon. That is, atomic number is 6, 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. If you have seen the video on diborane, you will understand better this concept. I have explained it in very clean detail. General state electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2. Excited state configuration is the 2 electron from the p orbital remain as it is. 1 electron from the 2s2 orbital gets excited to the empty p orbital. Thus, it makes the availability of sp3, 1 electron, 1 s orbital, 3 of p orbital, it makes the availability. Let's talk about this later. Let's go back in the order. So, graphite is the most stable allotropes at a normal temperature itself. Point number 2, it's soft and conducts electricity. Now graphite, if you want to remember an example of the pencil, graphite that is used in the pencil, you can remember. Just an example I'm giving you. Point number 3, it has a flat 2-dimensional sheet structure. Now for your syllabus, unlike the structure of diborane and boric acid, you are not asked about the structures of these allotropes of carbon, but yet in one of the videos I will upload about the structures. If it's in a need, you can refer to that. So it has a flat 2-dimensional sheet structure. The shape of it is in a hexagonal in shape. It is sp2 hybridized. Let's come back to the electronic configuration. Carbon makes the availability of 1 s orbital, 3 of p orbital. So together sp3, that is 4 orbitals are available. When I say sp3, 4 orbitals are available. But graphite undergoes only sp2 hybridization, meaning 1 electron in the p orbital, that excited electron from the s orbital present in the p orbital, does not participate in the hybridization. So that's what we call it as a sp2 hybridized. And carbon bond length here is 1.41 angstrom. Now let's see in terms of bonds. Now when we say sp2, how many bonds are made here? 3 sigma bonds are made. You know the meaning of sigma bonds and a pi bonds. You have learned it in standard 11. So it forms a 3 sigma bonds with the other carbon. Now 4th electron present in the unhybridized p orbital, with the one that I have written with the black ink here, that is the electron excited from the s orbital to the empty p orbital, does not form sigma bonds. It forms a pi bond. Now this is the reason, this pi bond is the reason for or responsible for conducting electricity. Now you also have learnt, when you learnt the extraction of aluminium by the Hall-Hérold process, we told for any solution or anything to pass electricity or conduct electricity, it should have the free electrons here. So here the single electron that is left out forms a pi bond. This free electron is responsible for giving us the reason it conducts electricity. And the last point, successive sheets are held by weak van der Waals forces. You understand, it's easy to break graphite things. So they are held, why they are easy to break? Because they are held by weak van der Waals forces. And one of the uses I have given, used as a lubricant. So when you are studying about the graphite, all you have to remember is electronic configuration of graphite and the hybridization of carbon atom. If you understand this concept, you will know how many sigma bonds are formed and how many pi bond is formed here. So 3 sigma bonds, 1 pi bond. The pi bond is the reason for conducting electricity. In other words, pi bonds are made up of the electron which does not participate in the bonding or a free electrons. Coming back to diamond. Now diamond is a very hard allotrope that already all of us know. What type of hybridization it undergoes? sp3 hybridization. If you compare it here it undergoes only sp2. So sp2 gives rise to 3 sigma bonds and 1 pi bond. Now when you say sp3, all the electrons, electrons in the all 4 orbitals are involved in the bonding. Thus gives rise to sp3 hybridized. So if sp3, how many orbitals are there? 3 from p orbital, 1 from s orbital. So it forms a 4 sigma bonds with a neighboring carbon atom. Carbon-carbon bond length is 1.54 angstrom. Here 1.41 angstrom. Here 1.54 angstrom. The shape of it here is a tetrahedral shape. Here it's a two-dimensional sheet structure with a hexagonal shape. Here it's a tetrahedral shape. Since all 4 electrons are bonded, you understand 4 sigma bonds. No free electrons, hence it do not conduct electricity. Uses: sharpening hard tools, cutting glasses, making bows and rock drilling. Few uses we have given. Before we move back to carbon nanotube, let's see about the graphene sheet. Now graphene sheets are single planar sheet. Here, only remember, out of the 5 allotropes of carbon, only diamond undergoes sp3 hybridization, meaning 4 sigma bonds are being formed. The remaining graphite, graphene, carbon nanotube, fullerene all undergo sp2 hybridization. Hence, they are capable of, they have a free electron. This free electron makes it the possibility to conduct electricity. So, it's a single planar sheet. sp2 hybridized. The structure will be densely packed honeycomb crystal lattice. Moving back to carbon nanotube. Now carbon nanotube it has 2 structures in it. One is the body of it contains a graphite structure. At the end of the carbon nanotube, it has got a fullerene ends. We will see what is fullerene ends here. Along the axis, they are stronger than steel and conducts electricity. Here again, when it conducts electricity, what you will have to remember? Free electrons are available. Hence, it undergoes sp2 hybridization. Used in nanoscale electronics, catalysis, polymers and medicines. We will see them in detail as we proceed with the lesson. The last allotropes of carbon, that is fullerene. These allotropes are discrete molecules such as carbon 32, carbon 50, carbon 60, 70, 76, etc. Nothing, all you have to remember is these are isotopes of carbon. Out of this, carbon 60 is called as a fullerene, a very important in 1 mark, 2 mark point of question. Now these have the cage-like structures. So carbon 60 molecules have got a soccer ball structure. When I show you all the structures of allotropes of carbon, you will understand the shape of it. So it has a soccer ball or football structure. Hence it's called as a Buckminster fullerene or a buckyball. In terms of 1 mark question, you can expect the questions from here. Now this buckyballs or a soccer ball is made up of, again in terms of 1 mark question, it's made up of 26 membered ring. When you see the structure, you will understand, and 12 5-membered ring. Here again it undergoes sp2 hybridized. When you say sp2 hybridized, there are 3 sigma bonds and 1 pi bond. So pi bond makes it a reason for an aromatic character. Here carbon-carbon bond length is 1.44 angstrom. Now when you say aromatic, it talks about a double bond character, benzene ring. So carbon double bond with the carbon-carbon double bond, bond length is 1.38 angstrom. So this will be the introduction for the group number 14. Out of it, element carbons, allotropes of carbon and the occurrence along with the catenation property, we have seen it. Thank you.